It's good to see you. Hello, and welcome to this tarot reading. This is a tarot reading for love. So it may be for your current relationship. This may also be for a relationship in the future, probably a formative one. It's up to you. It's about whoever you want to think of or whatever kind of intention you want to set. And I also want to say, if you are not looking for love right now or not looking for love at all, this may speak to another close relationship in your life. Again, a formative relationship. One you might have with a friend, a sibling, a mentor, or some other meaningful connection. So we have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Pile 1 is represented by this card, Emerald. Pile 2 is represented by this card, Cinnabar. And pile 3 is represented by this card, Amethyst. So if you soften your gaze and relax, try to feel which of these piles is calling to you based on position, placement, based on number. Could be based on color, green, red, and purple. Could also just be based on energy, what feels heavier or more magnetic to you. Also, one more note, because we are doing a love reading today, I just want to say that, as always, this reading is simply a picture of the situation of this relationship as it stands right now, or as it will unfold from how things stand right now. So, like a rock thrown into a pool, your actions ripple out and can affect what lies ahead. So, the outcome, as always, is entirely up to you. Alright, give you one more moment to pick a pile. Again, this is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. I will put timestamps down below so you can find your reading, and I will see you there. Hey Group 1, and welcome to your reading. This is the tarot reading for Group 1, Pile 1, or anyone who chose the pile with the emerald on top. We are going to get started with a portrait of the dynamic up here, up top, and work out from there. So we have 9 of Wands, Malachite. I love this stone. And Queen of Wands. You both seem determined, like determined people. you seem a little wary in this relationship, a little guarded with your heart, perhaps as a result from past relationships that went awry. Or you could be guarded, like protecting your heart simply from a place of wanting to use your energy wisely, spend your time and energy wisely. You have a tendency to operate from a place of self-protection, I'm getting. Like you're slow to trust, but you're not entirely closed off. You're definitely open to love. You're very discerning and slow to trust. You're very careful about who you let in. And with that comes a lot of wisdom. A lot of wisdom from past experiences. You see situations and people for what they are, probably better than most other people can. Then this person, right? They are determined like you. They are charismatic, bright, confident in themselves, and very trusting of their emotions. It's possible that they work in a creative field. Yeah, I'm getting like a sense of a lot of light. Someone who can light up a room. Even if they're introverted, they can light up a room. They are loved by their friends. They're beloved, I want to say. They're self-assured. And again, both of you have a very solid understanding of who you are as individuals. Again, both of you are very determined. You have in common that when you set your sights on something, you really go for it. Although you probably take different approaches to the same thing. Like, you go after it and they attract it more so. But you speak the same language. And because of that, there's a very solid foundation under this relationship. It's like your energy is different, but you're cut from the same cloth. All right, so diving in a little deeper, we have the Ten of Wands and Ace of Swords. Okay, so there's some intensity here. I think they admire your decisiveness. They appreciate the clarity that you bring to difficult situations. Probably through you and through talking with you, they are able to see things more clearly. So you sharpen their understanding of themselves, of their own wants, needs, reactions, experiences. And this comes very naturally to you, for you. It's something you can share with them, this decisiveness and this clarity. There's also this willingness, a willingness you have to go to great lengths for someone you love. There's a real willingness to work towards your shared goals. and really go to the mat for them. You always give your all. Maybe your love language is acts of service. You show your love by taking on what's effortful to make things easier for the person you love. It's like you want to clear the path for them, which is a really beautiful gift. Although it can also wear you out. It would wear anyone out, right? To be giving so much so often. So it's important to keep an eye on not doing everything, to let them also show up for you as well, to give them the space to show up for you. They can't reciprocate unless you leave space for that. And in the same way that you enjoy giving to them, where there's love, they will enjoy giving to you too. So again, leave space for that. Let them give to you. Then we have the Eight of Swords and the Queen of Cups. They, how to say it? It's like they may feel to you like they're impervious to overwhelm. Like they're so self-assured that they're invulnerable, totally unbothered, above any kind of fear or self-doubt, but that's not true. It's not true about anyone, right? They may have some hidden fears. There may be a tendency to overthink more than they initially share. And so when they share this with you, it will be a sign of total trust. And it's your lived experience that will enable them to trust you with this more readily or more quickly than they would otherwise. Just like you see a lot of beauty in their strengths, like their charisma, their optimism, they will see a lot of beauty in yours. Your discernment, your wisdom gained from past experiences, past relationships, your tenacity. They're also really good for you because they're very open. They're like wonderfully open. They're emotionally available. They're emotionally intelligent. They're very patient and they're a good listener. That's key. Okay, get a last word of advice down here. We have turquoise. The message from this card is to lean into your shared values. I think this connection, the connection between you, runs deeper than you think, and it's like deeply rooted, and it almost extends beyond you. It's rooted in your respective histories, and then it also extends beyond you, like a plant. I'm getting there's a beautiful commonality here that's not on the surface but underneath. Again, this idea of being cut from the same cloth that I mentioned. So lean into your shared values. When in doubt, or like when things get tough, turn towards each other, not away. Remember what you hold in common. And yeah, just remember the depth of your connection, that your connection runs deep and runs underneath. And I'm getting to that you will connect well in quiet spaces with just the two of you. So make time for that, and the connection will stay really strong. Alright. Just put this card here to give you an overview. Alright, there we have it. I hope you enjoyed this reading, Group 1. If it resonated with you, please let me know down below. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear how it resonates. I hope you are doing... Sorry, I'm just noticing all the green. It's really beautiful. I hope you're doing super, super, super well. And if you're not, that is okay too. I will talk to you very soon. And until then, good night, good night, good night. Hey Group 2, and welcome to your reading. This is the reading for Group 2, Pile 2, or anyone who chose this card, Cinnabar. So we'll get started up top here. Just getting a kind of portrait of the dynamic overall. Then we'll work out from there. We have the Six of Pentacles, the Magician, and Ruby. So you're a very kind person. You have a big heart. You're very willing to share, willing to compromise. And then we have someone with a lot of potential and talent who is very resourced and possibly less willing to compromise. There's a little difference there that may be in balance still, because I'm also getting that this relationship is like, ripening, like it's like a ripe fruit, that this relationship is graced with a lot of luck and abundance. It's almost giving like it shouldn't work, but somehow it does. Element of surprise, kind of like it works. Wow. There's something here about give and take. And I think there's something here also about one of you in the background, the other in the foreground. But this is interchangeable. It feels like there's something almost cosmic at play, like you were meant to meet, your paths were meant to cross. You will learn a lot from one another. It's almost like you'll teach each other how to grow up, like practicing how you want to show up in a relationship with one another and growing in that way. Like you'll learn important lessons about love by practicing on one another. The love, so like I know I mentioned willingness to compromise, but the love or the connection overall is very forgiving. It's pliable. It's not like a perfect, faultless love. It's something that's very pliable and dynamic and edifying, something that expands and contracts over time, that grows more complex, more layered over time. Yeah, like a layered love. Love of layers, it's like a lot of love, a lot of different kinds of love layered together is what I'm getting. So then there's this enduring sense of appreciation and gratitude and respect for one another. Okay, get some more information. We have the Star, what a beautiful card, and the Two of Swords. It's like you are a safe harbor and you are very safe in this relationship. Again, it's very dynamic, the connection. It's ever maturing, ever changing, and it's always safe. It's a safe harbor. There's a lot of, there's potential here for healing to happen for both of you. And your role in this dynamic, you bring a balanced approach to the relationship, a balanced and soft approach, a balanced energy. You are like a balm, healing and very steady. Your affection is never in doubt. And I'm also getting a sense like maybe you're a little more willing to compromise than they are. And likewise, maybe you're a little more patient than they are. You have a degree of patience or a type of patience that they don't possess quite as readily. But over time, they can learn this patience from you. When you're together, everything is easy. And I'm getting to like this idea of a slow pace. Hours and hours spent together. No stress. You can spend days and days with them. No stress. And probably some of that is owed to the difference between you. You're very interested in one another, like you find one another interesting. Okay, so now let's see a little more about them. Page of Pentacles and Death. That's funny. These came up semi-recently for me in another reading. Not this deck, though. Okay. Yeah, this person I said was resourced. They have a lot of material abundance or a lot of talent. I'm seeing new material beginnings when you come together. Your relationship, like opening the door to somewhere nicer to live, perhaps. Or perhaps there will be some kind of financial safety net that was not there before. Through them, shared with you, or through the two of you pooling resources or taking advantage of systems working in your favor. Some kind of financial security that you'll both benefit from. Again, it may be related to this person's talents, possibly. I get the sense that they're very good at finding and creating opportunities for themselves. They always have been. They're used to it. But for you, it's going to mark a new chapter. You might learn that from them, and in turn, they will also be remade or changed by you, right? With like patience or ability to compromise. And then through you, I want to say on an emotional or spiritual level, they're going to kind of like fill out. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm getting these words of like fill out or round out. Your presence enables them to feel more complete somehow. It's not that you complete them per se, or that the relationship completes them, but it's like your presence somehow gives them license to feel whole all by themselves. And once they have that, they will always carry it forward with them. Yeah, really nice connection, mutually beneficial. And again, edifying. It's like a big theme here. Okay, another word of advice, or one last word of advice. We have Kimberlite. Okay, yeah, this is confirmation that there's a really beautiful resonance here between you and this person, a kind of charge. You'll be entering a new chapter together and then like lifting one another higher. It's an incredibly formative relationship for you both. It's very poignant. And all the gifts you give to one another, like these abilities and these understandings, all those gifts, the witnessing of one another and the deepening of one another's, like either person's sense of self, all those gifts are going to carry forward for you both. You may stay together a long time, or you may not. That's up to you. But either way, you'll both be made fuller people by this relationship. You'll be transformed by it in a really beautiful way. It's edifying and transformative. This card in here to give you a full picture. Kind of pink, red, gray. Really beautiful. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated with and for you. If it did resonate and you feel comfortable, I'd love to hear how it resonated for you. It's always really interesting to me to hear from you. I hope that you are doing super, super, super well. And if you're not, that's okay too. I will talk to you very soon. And until then, good night, good night, good night. Hey, Group 3, and welcome to your reading. This is the tarot reading for Group 3 or Pile 3 or anyone who chose this card, Amethyst, which looks so pretty with the purple there. That's what the backs are like. So we'll get started first with kind of an overview of the relationship up here and kind of move out from there. So we have Two of Cups, the High Priestess, and Aquamarine. Wow, okay. The first thing I'm getting is that this is a really deep connection. Things, ideas, feelings, things are passed between you without words, without having to be spoken. There's a really big unspoken connection here. Maybe the first thing you felt with this person was a kind of invisible channel between the two of you, or like a thread. That's the kind of connection this is bringing up. Like an instant knowing. An invisible line, an invisible thread connecting you. Almost immediately there was a high level of openness, of vulnerability, of trust. And feeling, both of you feeling understood on a deeper level without having to try. Like next level, or like on another plane almost. Let's see what we have here. We have the Fool and Seven of Wands. So in the beginning, this connection was very easy, very open, very carefree. We have this dandelion here. It filled you with hope and optimism. It's like the goodness of it felt untouchable, unable to be damaged, because that initial connection was so strong and pure and immediate. It's like you were floating on a cloud. I also then get the sense that some external factors may have come into the picture and may have complicated things. Like there was some kind of obstacle was introduced. Maybe it was a physical distance between you two, perhaps like geographically. Or there's some kind of like other forces, not you, and not your person, but other forces that imposed limits on you somehow. And this development, we'll say, brought you down to earth a bit. Because for the first time it became clear or known that this connection, even this connection as it is, like this amazing connection, this connection was going to require a little courage. That you would have to fight for it a bit. Yeah, you were going to be required to fight for it a little bit. That it was going to also have to exist, not just on this higher plane, but down in the real world, down on the ground. And so this obstacle required you to fight for it, to assert that it was meaningful to you, and to demonstrate your commitment to protecting it. I don't know if it was family, maybe friends getting in the way, some kind of group, or else something like school or work sending you into different directions. But like real life was introduced somehow. It didn't ruin it. It did complicate it. It didn't ruin it. It made it stronger. It made it stronger because it made it more complicated and also more real. And through having to defend your connection, its value became self-evident. Less vulnerable to whims, less vulnerable to like dissipating, because it was so almost like ethereal on this other plane, right? So it made it more substantial. Yeah, it's like the initial connection was so ethereal and intangible. It almost needed this obstacle to add some weight, to make it feel more real and more of this world. Of this world. On the ground. Okay. So looking over here, now we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. So this love, this connection is a slow burn. Slow and steady and true. There's no question of your dedication to one another. I think you probably feel this too, like you've never had to worry about whether they care about you. You've never had to worry about how they perceive you. There's just like immense trust between you. And again, it may be spoken, but it may be spoken rarely. It doesn't need to be spoken aloud. It's just humming between you all the time. You both know it. It's always there. It's just humming. It's just in the air. That's really beautiful. There may also be delays. Not all will unfold according to plan. Within this timeline, there's baked in like some delays, some interruptions. Interruptions are at play. And the way your love builds may not be a straight path. But there's a strong feeling here that it is nevertheless ever present. Okay. And then we'll get some final advice here. We got Brimstone. I feel like I also want to bring this card over. I feel like if we look at the first card alongside this one, the advice I'm picking up on is that it's best to keep a clear head, that it's best to allow this connection to unfold over time, to take as much time and space as it needs. The advice is to trust in what you know, which is the strength of your connection, to trust in what you know, which is that this is almost a divine connection, you know? There's no need to force it, as we've seen. This connection is very pure and true. And looking at this card, Brimstone, I would say again, there is also this need to stay grounded, to find a way to keep one foot in the real world and not get carried away by the ethereality of this connection. Enjoy the beauty of its ethereality, but also don't lose your head. Don't lose your head. Got embodiment and calm here. The connection is almost divine, so you have to stay grounded. It's like a connection that will span your lifetimes. It is lasting, it is enduring. It's a really unique bond. And no matter what form it takes in the end, it's not going anywhere. It's enduring. The two of you are equals, and the two of you see each other very clearly. So a kind of care and deep knowingness between you is always going to be in the air. Again, even if it goes unspoken for a long time. Trust in the distinction, the almost like sanctity of the connection. Trust in the strength of your connection. And because it's so special, let it have its own timeline. Let it take the space it needs. Let it be unspoken. Let it go another way if that's what it needs. Because it's unlike other connections. I don't think it will follow the usual path. It's different to the others. Okay. Put that there so you get a complete picture. Pretty colorful. Alright, group 3, I'm going to leave your reading there. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated with you, and if it did, I'd love to hear down below that it did or how it did. I'd love to hear from you, and I hope you are doing super, super, super well, and if you're not, that is okay too. I will see you very, very soon, and until then, good night, good night.